Cue Beastie Boys. Another dimension, another dimension, another dimension, another dimension. Welcome to week number 2 of a 5-part series called Design Trends of 2019. Last week's video set the stage for this series, but today is where we get into it. Today is where we discuss the first trend. The first trend that we're going to talk about, drum roll please, dimension. You heard me correctly. This is the year where we start pulling in a third dimension to almost everything we do. We can start with the why. Why would we be adding dimension to things? In a lot of ways, trends are just evaluations of the current state of things. And then you find what's lacking in that current state, and a trend makes sure that that thing is in the next era. So as we look at our current state, a state of minimalism, we can see that things have been flattened out. So our response to that would be to add depth and dimension to the future. Okay, now I would like to just skip my explanation phase and just rail through some examples that will show you the ways that dimension is showing its face in this year's design. One of the most obvious ways that we're going to see this is through computer-generated 3D. Things like this, and this, and this, and this. But one thing worth noting is that computer-generated 3D has a high barrier of entry. It's expensive. And so people are not letting that limit them. They're creating two-dimensional things that still have depth, like this, and like this. And people are using isometric to fake 3D. It's amazing. Also, people are in After Effects using warp tools and bend tools in cameras to get different perspectives on two-dimensional objects, therefore adding depth to things that don't naturally have it. Well, all of that still revolves around a computer. What if you are a tangible designer? How are you going to incorporate dimension into that? Well, fashion is taking steps to add layers and depth onto clothing and onto shoes and accessories. It's everywhere in that world as well. Hey, I'm gonna interrupt myself right here. Right now is Tuesday. I was recording this video on Monday. Guys, you have no idea. This video was kind of a disaster. There was a jackhammer right outside my window, and I would have to time these little clips in between them using it. Holy moly. By the end of the video, I truly couldn't even tell you the topic that I was even supposed to be talking about. There was so much more that I wish I would have said in the video, and that's okay. I think what I'm going to do is just sprinkle in some of that content into the next few videos that I make. No problem there. I hope that you were able to pull some value out of it anyways. Thank you for understanding. I will see you next Tuesday for part 3 of Design Trends of 2019. Have a great week.